sound of the very, very cool new Fender Santa Ana Overdrive. But what I also wanted to have a quick chat about is buffers. Yes, buffers, true bypass, that kind of thing. I feel like my eyes have been opened recently, believe it or not, because partly of this new Fender pedal called the Level Set Buffer. So this is a buffer and a pedal, but it's also got a few controls that you would not normally have when it comes to buffers. So here's my spin on it. Basically, a buffer is there to maintain your sound and put back what you lose by way of long cable runs or using average kind of cables. Maybe you've got a few pedals with some patch cables in between, maybe they're not so good as well. And through all of that cabling and the electronics in pedals, you start to lose some of that original tone, particularly in the top end. So a buffer is just there to make sure your full signal is happening, not to boost anything or add stuff that wasn't there, but just to make sure you have as much of that original tone intact as possible. So I want to show you the difference in, say, plugging into a Boss tuner, for example, versus plugging straight into an amp. And then I want to show you what this Level Set Buffer pedal is all about. Okay, so here is the sound of the guitar plugged straight into an amp, nothing else in between. This is the raw sound. Really? That's what the buffer does. When I just realized this recently, I was like, what? So the important thing about all of this stuff is just to be informed and understand what it does to the sound, and then just include that in your search for tone. So this is the new Fender Level Set Buffer pedal. So it's a high quality buffer in a pedal that you can turn on or off. It basically just becomes a mute switch. But what's fantastic about this that I haven't seen before is it has a high frequency control. So if the sound of having the buffer in any pedal is a bit too much in the top end, rather than going and changing your sounds and adjusting your amp, you can just change it here. Or if you had a really dull guitar, you could go the other way. You can boost or cut. I'd probably run that not all the way down, but down quite low. I can hear that that's still got way more energy than the sound of non-buffered, but I can just control those tops. So it's a killer idea, and you know that it's a really good high quality buffer in there as well.